For the past 2 seasons, we have been knocked out of the FA Cup at the first round stage. Mind you, before this season, we were in the Vanarama National League North, and then we were in the Vanarama National League. Can we go further this time? Possibly, but we need to find out who we're going to play first. Here's the draw for the first round of the FA Cup. And thank you to Future Mark. Yes, the draw for the Emirates FA Cup first round. Who are we going to draw this time round? Lots of big teams in here. And as you'll see, Derby County just right at the top there. Amongst others, Ipswich Town, Bolton. Lots of League One sides in here as well. So we've got every chance of drawing one of those big sides. So let's get on with the draw and see. It's 80 teams in here. I presume that includes the teams that still have replays to go. Let's get underway. Derby County are first out. They will play Gainsborough Trinity or Notts County. Chesterfield will play South Shields. Harrogate Town will play Oldham Athletic. Leyton Orient will play Plymouth. Chorley or Guiseley will play Carlisle. Stevenage will play Boreham Wood. Salisbury or Newport County will play Ipswich Town. One of the biggies out, Tranmere, will play Cambridge United. Swindon Town will play Mansfield. Sorry, that was very quick, wasn't it? Eastbourne Borough or Yeovil Town will play Bolton Athletic. Wrexham of the Vanarama National League will play Dartford or Dagenham Redbridge. The reason I keep looking over there is because we had a problem with recording. I've recorded this once and it fell over. So I'm just checking to make sure it hasn't fallen over again. Lincoln City will play Portsmouth. Still yet to come out. Gateshead, 55 teams left to draw, will play Shrewsbury. Crewe will play Fleetwood. Preston, are they in League One now? Used to be in the Championship. They will play Chippenham Town. What a draw that is. Peterborough will play Doncaster of League Two. Altrincham will play Cheltenham. Stockport County will play Hendon. Of course, we're playing at Stockport County's ground this season. Colchester will play Barnsley. Dulwich Hamlet and Havant Waterlooville. Colchester without a manager at the moment. Will play Accrington Stanley. Dulwich Hamlet, Havant and Waterlooville will play Accrington Stanley. Gillingham will play Burton Albion, our next opponents. Before we record, this game will have been played by the time you get to see it. Dorking will play Milton Keynes Dons. Boston United will play Grimsby Town. Getting down through the dregs now. Bradford City will play Port Vale. Long down the draw, aren't we? Charlton. Can we get Charlton? No. Maidenhead United and Hampden and Richmond. Bromley will play Wigan of League One. Exeter City, League Two, will play Torquay United of the National League. Walsall, also of the National League now, will play Woking of League Two. Northampton, in fact Woking I think are our next opponents, will play Forest Green. League Two and League One I think. Darlington will play Crawley Town. 20 teams left in the draw. Salford. Are we going to get Salford? No. Scunthorpe will play Salford. Southend or Horsham will play Oxford United. Rochdale will play Bradford Park Avenue or York City. Solihull Moors of League 2 will play Maidstone United or Poole Town. Wycombe Wanderers will play Sutton United. Hartlepool. Are we going to get Hartlepool again? No, Peterborough Sports gets Hartlepool. And we really are now down to the last 8 teams in the draw, and we're not out yet. At least I don't think we are. Have I missed it? No, Buxton's still in here, look. Who else is left in here? Wimbledon, Bashford, Bath City and Billericay, Halifax Town, Morecambe. Let's see. Halifax Town, they're out. National League, I think they are. Yep, Vanarama National League. And they've drawn us, I think. Yes, they have. Oh, look at that. Right, we might as well do the rest of the draw then, as we've got that far. Bashford will play Morecambe. AFC Wimbledon will play Cheshunt. Cheshunt of the very low leagues. Chelmsford City or Ebbsfleet United will play Gainsborough Trinity. Oh, no, we've dipped out there. I didn't see who they played. Let's have a look then. Can we go through to the draw? There is the whole of the draw in its entirety. And we go down. That last team out was Chelmsford City or Ebbsfleet United versus Bath City or Billericay Town. I mean, they are all very lower teams, so one of them is going to get through to the second round. But we've got Halifax Town in the first round, shall I say. I will pass you back to Future Mark, and he will give you a little bit of insight as to how that affects the schedule. Hello and welcome to episode 37 of To Be a Legend. My name's Mark, and on today's episode we have for you 2 games as usual. First up, before that FA Cup first round against FC Halifax Town, we have a League 2 game against Woking, and we'll find out in a moment how we've been getting on since you were last with us. We have played 4 games. Yes, 4 games since you were last with us. So we've chunked ourselves into the season quite dramatically, and as today we face up against Woking, as previously mentioned. Right, without any more to do, let's have a look and see how we have got on. Last time you were with us, we played Hartlepool, who we drew 1-1 with in League 2. And then beat Cambridge United by 5-1. Patterson, Smith, Dobby and Gamble, the scorers on that occasion. Since then, we've played Crawley Town away, beat them 1-0. Tyrese Omatoy, the scorer after 23 minutes. Burton Albion, we beat 3-2. Kyle McDonald, Lewis Walker and Tyrese Omatoy, the scorers in that one. Let's just have a quick look. We did go a goal behind after 12 minutes, but McDonald equalised 3 minutes later. They went 2-1 up from the penalty spot after 62 minutes. Lewis Walker getting us back on equal terms, and then Tyrese Omatoy from the penalty spot making it a bit more comfortable. Well, not comfortable, but a win after 90 minutes to make it 3-2. So that was a bit of a squeak, that one, against Burton Albion. Then we went to play played Leyton Orient at home. 3-1 we won this game. Again, I think we were behind. We were. Ryan Loft getting a goal for Leyton Orient after 54 minutes. Tyrese Omatoy, who had come on as a substitute, I believe, he managed to get back on level terms after 58 minutes, 4 minutes after that. Again, Luca Barrington getting us 2-1 up after 61 minutes. And again, Therese Omotoy from the penalty spot, 2 penalties in 2 games, both converted to 3 minutes later, giving us the 3-1 win against Leyton Orient. Leyton Orient, as you will see in a moment, have been doing quite well, tucked in behind us. And then we went to play Cheltenham Town. A very tight affair, this one. It could have swung either way. This time, Omotoy opened the scoring, having started 7 minutes in. We were 1 up and looked reasonably comfortable up until that point. Scott Quigley had other ideas after 32 minutes and got themselves level. But we just managed to put our noses in front at half-time, 2-1, with Dudziak scoring his first goal for us, 39 minutes. Well, I say his first goal for us, his first league goal. So that got us a 2-1 lead at half-time. Then in the second half, Zach Viner from a corner giving us a 3-1 lead. And then it was 8 minutes before time that Scott Quigley got another one, 82 minutes, which left us to have a little bit of a worry running into the end of the game, but we managed to survive. And having managed to survive with all that's been going on around us, this is how the table looks. As you'll see, some of the games in hand have been used up, albeit Hartlepool and Crewe still have games in hand. But Leyton Orient, even with those games in hand, will be in second place as it stands. But we are 9 points clear, even at this stage of the season. 9 points clear of them at the top of the table. I think, for my mind, we're just conceding too many goals. Need to be a bit tighter in defence. If we could be tighter in defence, we're certainly putting the goals away, but conceding lots. So if we could just close that floodgate down from the point of view of conceding, then I think we would probably be okay. So at the moment, we are 9 points clear at the top of the table from Leyton Orient, who we beat in between episodes in second place, and then AFC Wimbledon up to third now on 27 points, and then come Rochdale, Crawley, Hartlepool, Crewe, and today's opponents just outside in 8th place, Woking, on 24 points. They have a game in hand as well, and currently in the bottom 2, Cambridge United and Doncaster looking favourites to go down. And I know I'm saying that it's quite early in the season, but Doncaster way adrift at the moment. Only 4 points picked up from the season so far. 15 games, a third of the way in, and only 4 points on the board. That doesn't augur very well, does it? So they're already 8 points adrift of Colchester, who are in 22nd place. So that's a roundup of what's been going on. I don't think anything else has been happening transfer-wise. We have sold Reece Greenidge. He was getting a bit of a grump on because he wasn't playing, so we put him on the transfer market. Hartlepool have stepped in. They will take him and when the transfer window opens on the 1st of January. So he is on his way out, which isn't, to be honest, isn't a great worry. He's only a 2-star current ability, 2-star potential ability, 7th best in position in that central defence. So we're not really worried. We've got plenty of cover at the back there. We do have one person on trial as well, which we'd like to bring in, but we need to reduce the wages first. So hopefully we have a ready-built replacement for him. But as you'll see, he did come in from Chester on a freebie last season. Had a good season. He's not played too badly this season, but he's just only 2 stars. He's not really up to it and not got any lasting potential either. Transfer history wise, I don't think Daniel Pike is the only other person that we've brought in that interim place. Daniel Pike, he's come in on a free transfer, currently 3-star. That's what we've got him for. Potential of 4-star. He can play as that right wing back. So he's as good as Carl McDonald is now, but he has more potential than Carl McDonald. And Carl McDonald's getting a bit grumpy as well. So we may be having a bit of a change around. He did make his debut, and he has picked up an injury. He's going to be out for 4 weeks with a groin issue. So we won't be seeing him playing any time soon, unfortunately. Right, with that all said and done, let's get into the episode. Let's get on with the games. And our first game up is that game against Woking in League 2. The question being is, can we extend our lead at the top, or at least keep it up to 9 points? We need to win if we can do that. Not played Woking before, so no history in this match. So let's go and see if we can do them. We are at home at Edgeley Park, so fingers crossed we can pick up another 3 points. And this is the team that will face Woking for this Sky Bet League 2 game. Killer Pingo, Scanlon, Gamble, Williams and Clark are our defensive line. Raymond and Greaves sit in front of them with Mundell as the central midfielder. Barrington out on the left, Moss on the right. Dobby starts up front. I'm not sure he started that many games, actually. On the bench, we have Molden, Linton, McDonald, Idoan, Dudziak, Smith and Omatoy. And this is how the two teams face up. We're playing our 4-2-1-2-1 or 4-3-3, whichever way you look at it. Not a conventional 4-3-3 at that. They're playing a 4-2-3-1 formation. And this is how the table looks. We've looked at the table. Woking in 8th place currently. We have a free kick. First highlight, 6 minutes in. Williams with the free kick just inside our half in the centre circle. Plays it to Raymond. Back to Williams. Finds Greaves. Greaves looking for Moss. Moss has run into space. Moss has a go and puts it over the top. Another free kick. 11 minutes in. Clark with the cross. It's headed back across and bobbling around there. Barrington tidies up. Clark. Raymond, who's been tackled. He wins the ball back and he's still won the ball back. Dobby has a go from the edge of the area and misses. And no more highlights in this first half. We do seem to be picking up lots of yellow cards in all the other games. We seem to be picking up lots of yellow cards, picking up lots of fines as well, which isn't good. The other problem with picking up yellow cards regularly like this is we're going to get suspensions coming along very quickly if we're not careful. We've had 7 shots, 1 on target, and that is our big problem of late, is not hitting the target. We've had 63% of the possession today, which is also very good. We've managed to stop Woking from actually having a shot or a shot on target, and 37% of the possession. But Woking will be happy that despite having had no shots on target, they haven't really let us be expansive either. As I say, 7 shots and 1 on target, 0.94 on the XG. We really should be at least a goal in front, but people are just not hitting and doing the damage that we would expect them to be doing. Let's see if we can improve in the second half. And our first highlight of the second half, 47 minutes on the clock. Raymond with a free kick. Is he going to go direct here? He is, and it's come back off the woodwork, I think. And we've tidied up. Scanlon, Gamble. Scanlon puts it out wide. Raymond will get there. Raymond crosses it deep. Moss, he's hit it, and that's hit the woodwork as well. A little bit of unluckiness. And with 65, nearly 66 minutes on the clock, we've made 3 changes. Lewis Dobby, who wasn't having a good game up front there and is all apprehensive, got a yellow card as well. He's been substituted with Tyrese Omatoy. Can he add to his tally for the season? Let's hope so. Johnny Smith has come on for Luca Barrington. Again, yellow card. Again, not playing particularly well on that left side. He's come on as a winger in support. And then we've also taken off Romain Mundell. Again, not having a good game. Again, picked up a yellow card. And Dudziak has come on. Dudziak scoring in the last game. Let's hope he can add to his tally as well. And that ball forward, Gamble goes and tidies up. No silly mistakes here. To Scanlon out on that side. Omatoy, who's just come on, he's created space, and it's not. Again, we're not finishing these off. Clark heads that back to Greaves. Greaves tries to find Omatoy. Omatoy creates space, and it's gone out. Free kick. Smith with the free kick, and Gamble's been failed and a penalty ensues. 82 minutes on the clock. And Omatoy standing over this one. Can he make it 3 from 3? 3 penalties in a row. And he's got his 15th goal of the season. And we go 1 up. Not from open play, but doesn't matter. Another free kick. Gamble with a free kick to Scanlon. Scanlon comes forward. And pushes that back to Killip. Killip swings that out wide looking for Clark. Clark comes forward. Clark through to Moss. Moss is in space now. Moss puts it away. And all of a sudden we found our scoring boots. 4th goal of the season for Perry Moss. 2-0. And it makes it look fairly easy. But it's been hard work up till 80 odd minutes. And we've got 2 in quick succession. Moss created the space. And Moss doing what Moss does quite well. And with 88 minutes on the clock, we make our final 2 changes. The 2 central defenders coming off. Both very, very tired. Harry Williams and Patrick Gamble. Gamble, who's had a good game. Harry Williams, not so good. But Patrick Gamble and Harry Williams coming off for Idoine and Carl McDonald, who takes over that central defence just to shore ourselves up for the final 2 minutes or so and injury time. And we have a highlight as Woking come out, but that's Idoine going back and tidying up. Fires one forward, finds Duddy Zack. Duddy Zack still on the ball. Thought he'd lost it for a minute. Goes out wide to Smith. Smith crosses it in. Overtoy. He's 16th of the season, and we've made it look very, very easy. 3-0, but when you consider we've only scored those 3 goals in the last 10 minutes, it's been a struggle. But Smith and Omatoy, 2 of the substitutes coming on and scoring. Well, probably no more than we deserved, realistically. A 3-0 win against Woking. 19 shots, 7 on target, 3.39 on the XG. I'm not quite sure how we got that XG, given that, we were not really doing what we should have been doing and putting those goals away. We should have really had a cricket score at the end of the day. But 63% of the possession, and Woking were kept to just 4 shots, 1 of those on target, 0.21 and 38% of the possession, but really never had a proper look in at all. So a reasonable day at the office. I think we'll take that. Picked up a shed load of bookings again and another fine to boot, I'm thinking. We'll have a look, but we'll also have a look and see how that affects the table. Well, that extends our lead at the top of the table to 12 points. 12 points our lead at this stage of the season, barely a third of the way through. And, I'm absolutely astounded in a way. What can we say? At the minute, we are cruising in our objective to get up into League One. Didn't really think we were going to do it this season, but we've certainly firing on all cylinders quite well. So, admittedly, Leyton Orient, Hartlepool have games in hand, but even if they win their games in hand, they're still 9 points. That's 3 wins behind us. So, at the moment, it's all looking very positive, and that man Omatoy is certainly doing the business. Well, Therese Omatoy, I think we just need a little bit of focus on this young man. He is 22 years old, and he's doing a fine job for us. We brought him in on a free back in July. He came from Norwich, who released him at the end of last season, and didn't play in the Championship. He's been out on loan at Carlisle and Leyton Orient, so Leyton Orient would have known all about him. He's basically got pretty much a goal a game, 17 appearances, 16 goals, 5 assists, and 5 player of the matches so far this season, and he's also got an average rating of 7.55. But that's not all of it. If we go back down here, there we go. If we go back to the League 2 stats, he is expected goals in 90 minutes, 1.12. He's first. Lewis Dobby is second on 0.62, which is a bit of a strange thing, but why? It's not what we wanted. We wanted goals, but I did have goals up here a short while ago. Most goals. Here we go. Can we have that one, please? I've gone there. There we go. Most goals. Tyrese Omotoy. He's got 16 goals, 30 shots. Next best is Naheem Melvin Lambert at Carlisle's got 10 with 16 shots. And then you can just see the others are behind him. Most assists, Callum Cook of Hartlepool. He has 6 assists. Our top one is Tyrese Omotoy on 5. Johnny Smith 4. So that's all quite interesting. The other thing I think is so Tyrese is best for expected goals. He is also that's expected goals as well. That's 13.37. That's in 90 minutes, of course. Penalties scored. He's only got a 75% strike rate. Has Omotoy. Here he is. Sorry, Omotoy. He's had doesn't actually tell us, does it? Somewhere or other I've seen it. So he's had 8 penalties, of which he's put 6 away. I'm not. That's there we go. We've got it down here now. I think that's an all-time record. I don't think that's this. I'm pretty sure that's not this season. It might be this season. It is this season. That is actually in League 2. So we've had 8 penalties. He's put 6 of them away. That means he's missed 2. So he's only hit 75% is his hit rate for that. Do we get? I don't think we do. We haven't had any penalties in any other competition. So yeah, that's it. Quite a good rate, but 6 from 8, and he's doing reasonably well. Right, let's get on with the next game then of the episode. It's the first round of the FA Cup, and the last 2 seasons we've got knocked out last season by Bromley. If I can get this sorted correctly, Bromley last season knocked us out by 2-0. That's when we were in the National League, so we didn't get beyond the first round. And the season before that, we got knocked out by Oxford United, who beat us 4-1 on that occasion for the first round. So we haven't been beyond the first round of the FA Cup. Can we change that today? We're going to give it a good go. We're playing... in fact, I need to change the season, don't I, Mark? Go back to where you were. Yeah, we're playing FC Halifax Town in the first round. Halifax Town are down in the Vanarama National League, of course, currently in 3rd position, so having quite a good season in that league. We have played them, of course, previously in that league. At home, we beat them 2-0 last season, but drew 1-1 at their place at the Shea, and that's where we play today. So it's not a foregone conclusion, but let's see if we can give it a good go and progress for the first time to the second round of the FA Cup. And this is the team that will face FC Halifax Town in the first round of the Emirates FA Cup. Killip continues in goal. Linton, Gamble, Viner and McDonald make our defensive line. Greaves and Pattison in front of them, with Mundell continuing in that central midfield role. Smith and Moss are the wide players. Omotoy starts up front after his 2 goals coming off the substitutes bench last time round. Seems to do well coming off the bench, not so well when he starts. On the bench, Molden, Scanlon, Clark, Idowen, Turner Cook, Dudziak, Raymond, Walker and Dobby. And this is how the two sides face up for this FA Cup game. And as you'll see, it's they're playing a 4-4-2 formation. Dixon in goal, Hutchinson, Debra, Arthur, Golden, Whiteley, Spence, Ledson and Sithole. And then Waters and Compton Storage up front. And their manager is, of course, Phil Brown. Met them last season. Scott Nelson, Warburton, Roberts, Kershaw, Johnson, Grusganiski, Senior and Clements are all on the bench. And we have our first highlight. Halifax Town with the highlight in the first minute. And it's a throw-in. Sithole crosses that ball in. It's flicked up. And Killip catches the ball. Highlight continues. It's a long kick. Looking for Omatoy. Omatoy's in and misses. We have a free kick. 3 minutes on the clock. McDonald to Viner. Viner all the way back to Killip. Killip back out to McDonald. Patterson. Patterson chips one over the top. Looking for Perry Moss, but Perry Moss wasn't for running for it. Patterson heads that down to Mundle. Mundle to Moss. Back to Mundle. Mundle. And I'm not sure what's wrong with Perry Moss. Linton crosses back in. Let's head it up. Sithole. And Sithole gets that forward for Compton Storage. And it's kicked into space. Gamble. Gamble to Greaves. Greaves fires one forward. Smith wins the ball, but Spence comes back in midfield and wins that. It's pretty even Stevens at the moment. Viner, McDonald. This highlight continues. Omatoy's in now. Can Omatoy score? He can. Went round the goalkeeper. He's 17th of the season. And we go 1 up after 5 minutes. See that again. Viner winning the ball. McDonald fires one forward for Omatoy. And the defender misses it. Omatoy's in. Goalkeeper tries to take it off him, but Omatoy's better than that, and we're 1 up. Linton with the throw-in, long throw-in. It's headed clear. Spence tidies up, and they come forward. Compton Storage, but Linton gets a foot in. Patterson, and Compton Storage still there. He's given in the mistake again. Mundle, his first goal of the season. It's 2-0 after 9 minutes. Mistake by the Halifax Town defence. Sure who that was that made mistake. Greaves. No, it's Greaves on our side. Who is it? Compton Storage that gave it away. In fact, let's go back a little bit. It was one before that. Right, Compton Storage is caught by Linton. Patterson gets the ball forward again. Compton Storage to Arthur. And Arthur, not realising Mundle was on his shoulder, and that's a good goal. And the ball fired forward. Viner wins the ball, and Ledson, who's on a yellow card, fells Mundle. He's going to get sent off here. Second yellow for Ledson, and sending off after 21 minutes. So he's got 2 yellow cards in space of 3 minutes, and they are down to 10 men. Free kick for Halifax Town. Arthur to Sithole. It's gone out wide to Golden. Linton wins that ball back. Smith. And Sithole winning it back. Debra. Viner heads it down to Greaves. Greaves. And Omatoy's going on the run again. Oh, it's, goalkeeper makes a fine save this time to stop Omatoy. Gamble comes and tidies up. Viner finds Greaves. Greaves back to Killip. Killip back to Viner. Viner as we build again. Moss. McDonald back to Moss. Moss now comes inside. Crosses it in for Omatoy. 18th goal of the season. He's second of the game, and he continues his fine form. 3-0 with 40 minutes on the clock. Lovely Perry Moss that inside forward onto Omatoy's foot and in the back of the net. Question whether he's offside again, I think. Oh, not quite. And half-time arrives, and we've got a 3-0 lead, and unless something goes very much awry here, I think we can expect a second-round draw coming up. Omatoy, 5 minutes and 40 minutes, this time scoring no penalties. Romain Mundell getting the other one after 9 minutes. We're cruising and playing against 10 men as well. 10 shots, 6 on target, 1.65, 55% of the possession. Halifax have had 4 shots, 1 on target, 0.10 on the XG, and 45% of the possession. Let's see if we can continue this good form into the second half. And we have the second half from kickoff. Compton Sturridge getting us underway for this second half as they move the ball around. Golden looking for Compton Sturridge, but not found him. And gamble to Viner, and then it's swung out wide to McDonald. McDonald now swings it out wide, back on the other side to Smith. Greaves comes forward, he's had a shot and scored. His first goal of the season from the edge of the area, 4-0. So having swung it out wide to one side, the right, and then the left, Smith will get an assist for this one. Greaves fires from distance and scores. Warburton with a corner, swung in. Gamble heads it clear, but only as far as Watters. Spence, a curling shot, but it's just over the top. Killip with the goal kick. McDonald, Viner, back to McDonald, finds Patterson. Patterson comes forward. Moss. McDonald, if nothing else, this game will give us a little bit of... what's the word I'm looking for? A little bit of confidence, a little bit of building of our strength, I guess. Looking for Compton Sturridge, and it's just gone over the top. Good try. Killip holds the ball. 60 minutes on the clock. And McDonald, we're going to look to make some changes shortly, if only to rest some players with the Papa John's Trophy decider coming up. Mundell in space. He's missed the target, though. Dixon with a goal kick. And Omatoy heading that down to Linton. Linton fires one up, looking for, I'm not sure who, but Gamble gets under that one. Patterson heads it down to Greaves. Greaves tried to get it through to Moss, but their defence, and Compton Sturridge is in. Can he be stopped? And well stopped by Killip, and Viner and Mundell tidy up. And with 67 minutes on the clock, we've made 3 changes for the moment. Coming off, Zach Viner has come off, brought James Clark on and moved McDonald into that central defensive role. And we've also brought on Duncan Idowan, who's come on for Patrick Gamble, also in that central defence. And AJ Greaves, who was getting a bit tired, he's come off. And Jaden Raymond is on for him. And with 85 minutes on the clock, we've made our final 2 changes, and we have brought off Mundell, who's had a reasonably good game, including a goal. Coming on for him is Dudziak, and then we've also taken off Perry Moss has come off, and we've brought on Liam Walker in that right-sided inverted winger role. So they are our final 2 changes. Our free kick, Dixon with the free kick. And Dudziak heads it down to Omatoy, but he didn't quite get there, and it's gone out wide, and they all stopped and looked at it. Linton does eventually go out and retrieve. Linton comes back. He's get it back to Killip. Killip to Idowan. Idowan fires it forward. Dudziak heads it on. But Omatoy not looking for it. I would have thought he'd been on a hat-trick, and that's a miss by Idowan. And Watters is in, but he's missed. And it's all over. It's a 4-0 win. Reasonably comprehensive, albeit we didn't play particularly well for the final bit of that second half. Seemed to just ease off a little bit with a 4-goal lead. But we are in the second round, which is new territory for us. We've not been there before in the FA Cup so far this series. 18 shots, 8 on target. Not quite 50%. 2.14 on the XG, 54% possession against Halifax Town's 11 shots, 4 on target, 0.86, 46% of the possession. They weren't too bad, to be fair, but we just had the edge and did the damage in those first 10 minutes, I think. Plus, they were down to 10 men. There is the news item. Halifax Town hammered by Buxton. I don't know about hammered. Final score of 4-0 was fully deserved. Buxton totally controlled their Emirates FA Cup first round game against Halifax Town at the Shea. A brace from Therese Omatoy helped Buxton to victory. Advanced forward, Omatoy got Buxton off to a flyer, scoring a close range finish into the bottom right hand corner on 5 minutes. Central midfielder Mundell doubled Buxton's lead with an accurate finish after 9 minutes. And that is the story of our day. And we're going to come back, of course, for that second round at some point or other. In fact, it is down there. So we're going to come back pretty much immediately for the EFL Trophy Northern section final group game, which is the decider. And then against managerless Stevenage at the moment, they've sacked Sol Campbell. So we play a managerless side, which isn't always a good thing. And then we are going to play offline Rochdale Crew and Harrogate Town coming back for the FA Cup second round and a game against Northampton Town in League 2 and see if we can keep up our good run. I don't think anything else has happened in League 2 since we've gone. We've still got that 12-point lead at the top of the table, but Leyton Orient and Hartlepool both have a game in hand. I'm not sure what's happening. I seem to be having all sorts of problems. I'm sure I'll have edited out all the problems by the time you get round to seeing them, or at least I hope so. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification button. That will keep you up to date with all future episodes of To Be a Legend and new series as they are released. If you want to keep up to date what's happening on this channel and more, you need to follow me on Twitter at JustOffside2. New episodes To Be a Legend are currently released every Monday and Thursday at 4:15 p.m. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you for the next episode. It's going to be episode 38. It is out on Thursday. Till then, I wish you a very good week.